A bit more. With me to talk about this is the head of education for Don't Divide Us, Alka Sehgal Cuthbert. Alka, I mean, what do you make of this? These American cultures, frankly, they're terrifying. They're just basically reverse racism, aren't they?
Well, what's really interesting about this, the Arts Council England, is that, yes, there's a lot of it is very American in its language, but the report that they commissioned, which was done with the Concilium Company, a advocacy research agency, actually used a lot of the British Equality Act in it, in terms of talking about protected species, protected characteristics. So it does show you there's a kind of some kind of dovetailing going on here. But it's definitely, I've heard that they're trying to now sort of roll back and say, oh, we're not making funding dependent on targets. But actually, we've just got to look at their website and read what Simon Mellor, their Deputy Chief Executive, says. There you'll find, and this is a quote, "We require all the companies we support within the national portfolio to demonstrate how they will contribute to the creative case for diversity. We believe that by implementing it, we can contribute to changing attitudes and ensure benefits of diversity are widely experienced." And I think that it's hard to know where to start. I mean, are artists companies? I've certainly never thought of them as companies. Shows a real Philistinism there. But since when was it their duty to change people's attitudes? That's not their remit. They really ought to be sticking to their job here. This kind of really speaks to a mission creep and a very kind of anti-populist sentiment here that we need our attitudes changing. What if we don't? What if we think we don't need our attitudes to be changed? What if we just want to see some nice art?
Well, where does the Arts Council England get their money from? I mean, is this a government-backed, essentially a taxpayer-funded organisation?
Yes, I believe it's a charity, so there is public money there, and they do have a public duty. And, also on the website, you will see a statement that sounds more kind of traditional public service thing. They say, we want to champion and develop an interest in artistic and cultural experiences that enrich people's lives. Yeah, so that sounds all lovely. But the point is, all the rest of their policy is showing that they don't actually really like the people very much, or they prefer to box us in and treat everybody, in kind of minority ethnic groups, with saying that this is to improve inequality and address discrimination. But the case for that discrimination just hasn't been proven. They're just asserting that. And where there is underrepresentation, there's nothing wrong with anyone wanting to say, look, arts are wonderful. I love the arts. It'd be lovely if more people were involved in it and enjoyed it. But you can't force people to. And there are better ways of getting to that point of increasing inclusivity without going down this kind of quota diversity, very template and rigid route, really, that I think is divisive.